Well, it's not really a person. I don't really associate him with a person or anything like that. I just, when I touch him or I look at him or I think about him, he symbolizes good. He's just, he's just like I can be having the worst day and I can come home from work and he, always brings me a gift. He's always got a smile. He's always happy to see me. He, just never expects anything from me. He's my support. He just symbolizes everything good. He's been an easy dog. I mean, he's getting a little older now, so he's got some aches and pains, but I mean, when he was younger, sometimes I would think that I saw my grandmother.
Yeah.
my grandmother on my dad's side, Grammy. And
Grammy.
Yeah, her name was Lois, and she was just a lovely, good person. Like, she never killed a spider or, she just was kind of a symbolism of goodness as well. She was a kind person, and just sometimes I thought I could see her face in his. I don't know, it's just weird. I don't see it as much anymore. But when he was younger, I did. Yeah, he's brought a lot of happiness to our family. It was almost like, it was pretty awesome when you were born, Lindsay. But it was pretty awesome the day that you picked him out and we brought him home, and it was just like having a new baby. He was just so tiny and so sweet, and you slept on the floor next to him in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's just a positive thing in our lives. It's and not just mine. I think, you and Dad, of course, as well, but I just think about, the friends he's made with, family members and stuff, family members that weren't really into dogs.
Yeah.
And how he's become everybody's friend. Everybody
loves him.
Everybody loves him. And genuinely cares for him. Mm-hmm. Everybody is excited to see him. Everybody's excited to have him around. He supplies a lot of laughs, and he's a good pup. That's for sure.
I always think of him and Nana as a good.
Yeah. That relationship I've been in awe of, because Nana's kind of always had dogs around her, but she's got a bond with Finn that's quite special. And he really does. He loves Nana. Mm-hmm. And he really, really loves Carolyn. And remember how much he loved Floyd.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah. And anybody that sits on the love seat actually is love.
His partner.
His partner. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. First question's a deep one.
They're both deep.
Well, I mean, mostly it's just him directly, but I've had a lot of dogs in my life, and so I guess, you know, you build up that relationship, and he's a wonderful dog. Probably one of the best ones I've ever had in my life, and I think probably the closest bond. Or I guess a more mature bond, you know, because I had dogs from when I was very young. Well, my first dog we got when I was born, like 3 days later or 3 days before. And then he lived a long, long time. He lived over 15 years. And then we've had many other dogs in the family, and you know, I think he's just a member of the family. He's literally like a tiny human for the most part. And I guess, you know, when you're around your dog and you know, and if you sit there and have some kind of sentimental moments or whatever, then you do start to think about your other dogs and your history, and brings back memories of family and other times and fun times you had with your other dogs and your family. And he's been a really fantastic addition to the family.
Well, I like to think that, and I certainly thought this when, you know, when we first got him, like I felt like my heart grew, kind of like, you know, the Grinch. Not that I was grumpy, but I mean, we always kind of had dogs when we were growing up, but that was never my dog. It was usually, you know, my sister Michelle or my sister Tara's dog. Like they're the ones that kind of gravitated towards it being their dog that they looked after, even though it was a family dog. But I don't know, like it was when you chose him, I mean, it was just such a special day. And you know, he he was so sweet. It was just like, I was scared when we got him, because I was just like, oh, you know, how is this all going to work out? But I knew that you would, you know, you waited so long for him, but he wasn't just your dog, and he was everybody's dog. It was a family's dog, and yeah, I just think that I don't know, I seem to laugh more, and you know, he made me smile a lot, and I guess I did become maybe a better person. I guess I did. He made me, I had a lot of love in my being. Like, it was just like we all instantly fell in love with him, and as did everybody else that was ever around him, or that's been around him. I don't know. I you know, I can be sad or, you know, depressed, or, you know, just have a lot of negative around me, and in like what's going on with me. And then he comes running to me outside, you know, if he's outside, and runs by the car, you know, on the driveway, and then he just makes you happy, and just, I guess it sounds a bit corny, but I feel like I'm a better person for having known him and had him in our lives.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's just like, I think it's when you have you know when you only have one child, and he's gotten me through a lot of difficult times, like when you went to school in Vancouver, and like every time that you've kind of left the family for work or whatever, like he's barely been a support system for me. Like he really got me through some tough times when you were finished school and moving on to doing different things, because you would leave, but he never did. He always stayed with us, and it's he's made a huge difference in all of our lives. Do you know we're talking about you?
Who have I become? I have become a better person, for sure. I think Finn is he's a very social dog. And I think that it's I have a tendency to be not maybe antisocial, but I'm not really extroverted socially. And he's just there for you all the time, right? So you bond. I've bonded very, very closely with him, as we all have. And he is a very social dog. I think that's a testament to, I suppose, the breed. But also his upbringing. I think you've really done a really wonderful job with him, and I think he's literally another member of our family. I think of him as a dog, but he's just part and parcel of our family. He's part of our social structure. So it's and a very important part of our social structure. So I think dogs in general fill a really big gap in, you think about the way society is now compared to olden days when you had very tight-knit families and extended families, and there was a very large interconnected group. I think now families are so split apart, and you're supposed to go off and do your independent thing, and I think I think we lose a lot of that human interaction and those social structures that I think we don't really have in modern life as much as we historically did, and I think dogs really fill a gap for that. And I think they get a lot back from us too. I think really it's a symbiotic relationship. I think that dogs help us out on a lot of levels, and I think they need us as well. I think they're the way they've been bred for their loyalty and their companionship, that they really fill a need for us, and I think we fill a need for them too.